Well, up until that point. Talk a little bit about what you were noticing about what made it such a good practice.
Like the focus. I like the focus. You know, and what we did is we came right out of stretch and went right into live goal line. So that was just one of those situations where, okay, fast start, put the ball down and let's go. I thought the offense looked really good in that period. I think the defense was probably caught a little bit off guard. It was really their first chance to really tackle live. We've seen it many times, that first practice where you're tackling live, the defense isn't sure that they can tackle live. I just like the competitiveness. I thought Brett was on fire. The concentration was good. You know, we were going at a fast pace, and you know, unfortunately, we had the skirmish at the end, so decided to end it.
A few of the offensive linemen went off hurt. Caleb and
Caleb, just,
Alex.
You know, he started to get short of breath.
Okay.
I think he's okay.
Alex looked like he was getting tested for concussion. I don't know.
Yeah,
if that
you know, you guys know how careful we are with that stuff. I have not talked to Ant yet, so I don't know what or who went out and why they went out, but I'll let you know. I know this with us: if a guy shows any concussion-like symptoms, then we're going to yank him. You know, we're not going to put him back in there. And our coaches are really careful about that too, just making sure that we try to recognize it.
Is that just an effect of having your first day of full go, that you have, you know, 3, I think it was right in a row, they seemed like offensive linemen were coming out? And
I don't know. We were just talking about that, why our offensive linemen seem to get dinged, you know, and I don't know the answer. I wish I did know the answer, but I don't know the answer. And, you know, you look at the film and you go, okay, are we doing something differently than, you know, we've done in the past as coaches? No. The equipment's better. You know, I mean, they're bigger and they're faster and they're stronger and they move quicker and the collisions are a little bit more intense, but I don't know, but it's concerning. You know, I mean, it's concerning from a team standpoint, and it's concerning for the kids as well.
At least you have a little more depth this time in the offensive line.
Yeah, I know, but I just, you know, I worry about those guys and head injuries, you know, and I think there's so much focus on it nationally that I think that at times, and I, you know, you guys know I'm extremely sensitive about this subject, but at times I think there is a fear factor with these kids. You know, they're still young, they're still maturing. Maybe they haven't had, you know, a headache when they played football, and so a headache, maybe they might overreact. But if they're going to react that way, then we have to overreact on the side of being cautious, and that's what we're always going to do. Because if they're not overreacting and it is really something that needs to be looked at, then we don't ever want to make that mistake, ever.
Does the line depth become more of a concern if any of those end up being more serious issues?
Yeah, I don't think they will be, though. You know, I think what I think is great about Anthony Venude is that, and the attitude of our staff is we get them out. You know, rather than keep them in there, it's, oh, you know, rub a little dirt on it, get back in there, and then it compounds the problem. So, and Caleb, you know, he's okay. So you know, what right now is our first 5, they're intact. We'll see where Alex is. Kawasi's missed a couple days, but I don't think that his is real serious. I mean, they're all serious, but, you know, something that's going to keep him out for a long, long time. We just have to evaluate as we go. Doctors are up here today looking at those guys. You know. So I think Thomas Duarte felt pretty good tonight. I'm not sure how much he did in the teamwork. You guys probably saw more than I did of that. In terms of, you know, him being in there, but I know that about halfway through practice, Anthony came up and told me that he was feeling really good.
How about Eddie Vander?
He's getting better. Yeah, they did an X-ray. Nothing that you wouldn't expect out of a kid that plays a lot of football. It's just a matter of that thing calming down. He's been working, as you've seen, on the side with the strength and conditioning coaches, doing some stabilization, stretching it out. He's loosening up. He feels a lot better. His emotional outlook seems to be better. You know, he's like coming out. Doesn't seem so concerned right now. Cassius was practicing. Eric Kendricks ran yesterday morning, and looked really good. Who else is there?
Jordan Zumwalt.
Yeah, Jordan
was back.
Jordan was back. Yeah, he was back. His wasn't a hamstring. He was just dehydrated. You know, he's so lean. And he might have told you it was hamstring. I don't know. You never know what Jordan's going to say. So
you could tell he was rested, though.
He told what?
You could tell he was rested.
Oh, no, he's funny. You know, he jumps off sides twice. And then 30 seconds later, he's over there and he's singing and dancing. He goes, I'm just having fun. You know, it's football. It's fun. I mean, you like a little of that, but So anyway.
With Kendricks, at this point, do you kind of just keep him out the rest of camp, or is it the hope that he comes back in the next few days? Okay.
It's just the first step for him will be going back in and doing individual, and then from there, some like 7-on-7, 1-on-1, and then get him into the team as he feels more comfortable. The plan is still for him to be ready to play, in almost 3 weeks against Nevada, and they say he's doing well. He tells me that he feels better than he's felt in months. So we'll see. It's just strengthening right now, I think.
Kylie Fitz getting some reps at the ones.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about how he's been doing and how he
really well. I think Kylie really benefited from the spring. From getting in there in the spring. He was a fish out of water the first couple days, and he's hovering around 272, 275, right around there, and he's got strong hands, and he fits right in with that group. He doesn't look like a freshman. I think when you look at him and you look at what Eddie's going to be and Kenny, it's a good-looking young group. Well, it's a good-looking young group anyway. The seniors are Cassius and Lee, and we've got some good young players there. So I think one of the keys is getting Eddie back out here soon. Because there's a learning curve that you go through. Just the speed of the game, the size of the players, the effort that it takes to play at a high level. These guys, some of these big guys are used to playing against 180, 195 pound offensive linemen in high school, and there's not many of those in the Pac-12. So it just takes more energy, and they have to learn how to do it. So Eddie needs that work, but Kylie's adjusted. He's a good player. He's a really good player.
How much do you think he's matured since the spring?
He was always really mature. Kylie was just, he's a quiet kid. He approaches, his football work with a real level of maturity the whole way. But I think what he's understanding is, like the things I was just talking about, is the energy that he has to exert on every play in order to compete. It's never going to be easy at this level. I think he really has a good feel for that. And so I think that's part of maturing too. Getting those reps. So I like where he's at. I think he could go in a game and play and be productive. And if we had 8 guys along the front that could line up and play, I think we'd all be pretty happy with that.
Caleb okay?
Yeah, he had a little, his chest tightened up a little bit. I'm not sure why, but it didn't look like it's anything serious. But once again, there's certain things you just don't mess with, man.
And Alex?
We're they got
ding.
Yeah, they got hit in the head, and so we're evaluating it. And you walked away, but I was saying that we're just going to err on the side of caution with those guys, and hopefully that gets them back here sooner. So, but anyway.